the other guy in here. Just do a good job. But that's the same way. Good stop. That's good. Yeah, I'll give him a little bit more. Good stop.
glowing hearts, we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Welcome to the Scotiabank Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia for NBL basketball on YouTube as the Moncton Miracles take on the Halifax Hurricanes. Good evening, everybody. I'm Dan Hobson. The Moncton Miracles won their last game. It was on February 7th, a 101-92 win over the Island Storm. And unfortunately, it would be the last one for their former coach, Serge Langis. Just last Friday, Paul McKeskey was named the new coach and makes his debut tonight here at the Scotiabank Center. Miracles, as I mentioned, have had 11-day break. And of course, the Hurricanes are playing their third game in the last 6. So it would be definitely interesting to see how the start goes here. A fresh Miracle team versus a Hurricane team that is playing their third game in just 6 days. And they have another one tomorrow night against the Island Storm. And of course, as I mentioned, McKeskey making his debut tonight here at the coaching range. And one of the things that he said he wanted to do was improve his defense here for the Miracles. And that's one of his top priorities. So it's definitely will be interesting to see if the boys are selling into what buying what he's selling here tonight at Scotiabank Center. Hugo Lopez, pretty good right now. 3-game winning streak. They're in the middle of a homestand here. They have the Island Storm as well as the Niagara River Lions to wrap up the homestand. So this is game number 5, and so far they're 3-1, and they're looking to continue their hot pace. As we take a look at the starting lineups, first for the visiting Moncton Miracles, Brandon Kearney out of Detroit Mercy. Dexter Strickland, North Carolina, number 23. Tom Granato, the center, former A. Kason Cheeks, number 34. And, of course, James Justice. It will round out the starters for the Moncton Miracles. The starting 5 for the Hurricanes, Joel Friesen, the former Alberta Golden Bear. And, of course, Cliff Clinkscales, number 12. The General, as his Twitter feed is known by. Tony Criswell, the power forward from Missouri. Kyle Hunt, who was last week named the NBL Player of the Week. And Shane Gibson round out the starting 5 here. Officials this evening are Paul Hansen, Ryan Lutz, and J.P. Richard. And one of the Achilles heels for the Moncton Miracles, the last year, they went 8-24, and in those 24 losses, 21 were over the 100-point barrier. There's nothing wrong with this team scoring-wise. They have the likes of Justice as well as Granato and Strickland. It's just defense that's hurt them. And, of course, they're ranked number 8, dead last in field goal percentage defense, as well as NBL scoring defense per game. It's right around 112. So when you're giving up 112, you're asking your offense to score a lot of points, and it's something that we're going to have to take a look early here to see if the Miracles can change things defensively. They used to be a run and gun team. They were last year, and they have the players to do it this year. They just need to start to tighten up on D and get back into this. They come into tonight's matchup 6-11. They are currently in third place, but the Island Storm are 7-13. So they have 3 games in hand and would like to get a victory here tonight and get a first one there for Paul McKeskey. And just a reminder, of course, that I said that the Island Storm are here tomorrow night, and you can get tickets still at the Scotiabank box office, 902-451-1221. As the 6th game of the 7th game homestand is tomorrow night, the Island Storm, of course, are fresh off a victory over the Orangeville A's on Monday, 106-95. So the Island Storm looking for their 2nd win in a row, and that win that Island Storm got on Monday afternoon in Charlottetown was the 103rd for Joe Salerno. As more victories he gets, the more it changes in that record book. So the teams are just finishing up their warm-up, going to the bench for some final instructions. And one of the matchups that will be interesting to see, of course, is Kyle Hunt, 6'10", out of Queens, New York, and Tom Granato, 6'10", out of Concordia University, Irvine. So it's going to be tough going underneath that hoop in the paint here in the early going. And usually what happens is the Hurricanes bring Mike Glover off the bench, and it kind of changes everything here. Paul Hansen has the basketball in his hands, and he is at center court right now, getting ready to walk up. Granato and Hunt to take the opening tip. And we are underway here. Moncton Miracles in the gray, Hurricanes in the white. First possession, Dexter Strickland has the basketball here for the Miracles. Takes his time, looking for an opening, dumps it inside to Granato, one-on-one against Hunt, backing in. Granato, tough take, puts the bucket up, or puts a shot up, and he gets fouled, and Hunt will have his first foul of the game. And pretty good opening possession there for the Moncton Miracles. They weren't showing signs of any rush or any anxiousness there, because sometimes when you have a new coach, you probably do more than what you're supposed to. As Granato will go to the line, a 67% free throw shooter gets the first one here. And Moncton will take the first lead here early. 19 seconds gone, opening quarter. Dan Hobson along with the call, as well as the Silver Vision crew from the Scotiabank Center. As Granato hits both of them, makes it 2-0 here. Clinkscale swings it over to Gibson from downtown, hits it. Give Gibson some room and he'll take advantage of it, and back the other way is Kearney. Kearney dishes it out. Granato, as they swing the ball over to Justice. Justice driving, finds an opening and gets it in. Justice has had such a first quick step there and used it towards his advantage there, making it 4-3 for the Miracles here as we approach the 1 minute mark here of the opening quarter. Clinkscale with the shot clock at 10. Makes a move, cuts it out to Friesen. Shot fake, comes in from the elbow, puts it up, and it bounces in and out. And back the other way is Strickland. Watched by Friesen, swings it over, and there's going to be a foul here to the Hurricanes. Cliff Clinkscale. Actually, it's going to Tony Criswell. It's be his first. That's second team foul there for the Hurricanes. There's Cheeks now. Hands it to Justice. 1-on-2, swings it over in the corner. Granato from downtown, way strong. And a weak side rebound there by Friesen. Nothing but air there for the forward. Probably want him in a little bit closer. They'll be happy if he shoots the threes as opposed to Justice. Speaking of threes, excellent three-point shooter here for Gibson. There's Friesen now off the pass from Clinkscale, dumps it in along the inline, goes out of bounds, and J.P. Richard signals for Moncton basketball. 10:21 to go here in the first. Strickland crosses the timeline, hands it to Justice. Justice dumps it in. And Granado cuts towards the hoop, can't get it to go as it's short, and Criswell with the defensive board there for the Hurricane. Gibson from downtown, too strong. Kearney comes back the other way. Long rebound there. Justice, wide open downtown, hits it. James Justice. He's third in NBL total scoring there. And off to a good start here. 7-3 here for the Moncton Miracles. Inside to Hunt. Kisses it off the glass and in. Makes it 7-5 as we approach the 2.5 minute mark here. The opening quarter. Strickland hands it off to Justice. Brief screen there. Over the quarter to Strickland. Cuts along the in-line. Sends it over the corner. Kearney for three. Hits it. So far, the best offensive team in the league is looking pretty good right now. 10-5 here. We approach the 3 minute mark. Friesen has nowhere to go, and a diving effort there by Cheeks, and it goes off his hands and out of bounds. Shot clock at 14. So, of course, we see that Moncton can shoot the basketball well. Can they defend it here? That's the question here. Gibson swings it over to Friesen now. Shot clock at 7. Inside to Criswell. Has his pocket picked by Justice. Kearney's there. Justice now lead pass to him, and he gets fouled there by Friesen. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. Turnovers could also be a factor in this game here. Early foul count is 3-0 for the Hurricanes right now as Justice goes to the line. 87% from the line. That is third in the league. And a reminder, Niagara River Lions will be in town next week. That will be on Friday, February 26th. Still tickets available. Go to 902-451-1221 or ticketatlantic.com. The inaugural Niagara River Lions in town for the first time to take on Halifax next week as Justice misses the second one of two that time. 6-point lead for the Miracles, 11-5. Gibson now makes a nice move, a crossover, and gets it to go for the long two. 11-7, just a nice move there by Gibson. Kearney inside to Granado, loses it briefly for a second, and he'll go out of bounds on a turnover, and it'll be Hurricanes basketball. Okeski yelling out to Granado to use two hands rather than try to do the one-hand thing, because sometimes that's what happens. You'll turn it over, and J.P. Richard calls Klinkskills, or Gibson, pardon me, for being out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers here for the teams with 8:18 to go here, first quarter. Bit of a slow pace. It works out really good here for the Moncton Miracles. They probably don't want to go end-to-end there. Justice, well short. He's looking for a call. Looking over at Hansen saying he hit my hand and he hit my elbow, and he's still pleading his case to Paul Hansen, who has a deaf ear right now. 11-7 as we approach the 4 minute mark here at the Scotiabank Center. Gibson tried to get it over to Hunt, and it's tipped out of bounds. It will remain with Halifax, and they'll have 14 to shoot. And this is what you kind of were expected here. You knew that the Miracles would like to impress their new coach, Mukeski. And Richard calls a foul here. And it's going, the first foul going to Dexter Strickland. That will be his first here tonight, and that's the first team foul for the Moncton Miracles. Clinkscales inbounds to White. They swing the ball over. Clinkscales cuts, sends it over to Friesen in the corner along the line. Puts it up, short. A loose ball there, and it's going to go out of bounds off the Hurricane player, Moncton basketball. So far, the first set of 4.5 minutes, the defense looks pretty good for Moncton. Justice, one-on-one. Clinkscale swings it over to Cheeks, cuts towards the paint, puts it up, can't get it to go as Billy White has a rebound there for the Hurricanes. Clinkscales now. Swings it to Gibson. He looked for White inside, couldn't get it to him. Gibson with the fadeaway, in and out, and Hunt with the follow, but that went in and out as well. A little bit of bad luck there for the Hurricanes as Kearney comes back the other way, and he's going to be called for too many steps. And a turnover, Hurricanes basketball. So we approach the 5-minute mark here. Scotiabank Center. Clinkscales has the basketball. Now Hunt has it. 1-on-2, up and over, can't get it to go. Rebound there by Strickland, and he'll come back with it the other way. Watched by Gibson now. Swings it to Kearney. Kearney spins. Back out to Strickland as the shot clock's at 10. He puts it up over Gibson, and that's in and out. And the rebound there by Friesen. 11-7 here so far. Work out to be a low-scoring one here from the Scotiabank Center. Swings it over to Gibson. Shot clock at 13. Clinkscales calls for a play. Hunt sets the screen briefly. There's Gibson now, 1-on-1. Cuts, drives, puts it up. Draws the contact from Strickland, and he'll go to the line. Should be Strickland's second, I believe. And it is. So Gibson will go to the line. 91% free throw percentage for Gibson. And he makes it, first one, makes it 11-8. A couple of Moncton fans in the crowd here tonight have made the trip down, making some noise for their boys here as Gibson drains both of them. 2-point game now, 11-9. Justice. There's Cheeks. Swings it to Strickland over in the corner. For three. Up and over. Friesen and in. 14-9. Gibson swings it in the corner to Billy White. Backing in on Cheeks now. Driving. Puts it up. Too soft. And Granado with the rebound. Strickland going coast to coast. And fouled. Hurricanes actually tried to foul him near center court area, but they couldn't get their hand on him. Anyway, foul's going to go against Tony Criswell, and that will be his second as they go to a media timeout here. In the first quarter, the Moncton Miracles looking pretty good here in front of their new coach, leading by a score of 14-9 as you are watching NBL Canada on YouTube. As we want to send a special hello to our Moncton fans watching in New Brunswick tonight. We hope you enjoy the basketball game. And I think they're liking what they've watching so far. 5:34 left to go here in the first quarter. And so far, James Justice, 6 points. Now, Justice is on an amazing streak here, folks. I'm not sure if you're aware of this. 14 straight games with double figures in points. And he's just 2 buckets away from making it 15. The 5'10 Martin Methodist College guard. And of course, if you wondering at home, there was a couple of moves, actually a move that the Moncton Miracles made today. They released Zachary Valliere. He didn't have a lot of playing time, and they reinstated Derek Hall, who's at a 6'7", 237 pound of Albright. Has appeared in 1 game this season, and that was back on January 17th, so that was well over a month ago. So if Derek Hall gets some playing time tonight, we'll take a look to see if he has any rust here. Early going, Justice has 7 for the Hurricane. Gibson has 7 for the Hurricanes, and Justice has 6. And it's not going to be a shooting foul to Criswell. So it's just going to be a side out, and Kearney will throw it in here. Having a hard time finding somebody. Finally does get it up and over to Granado. Justice inside, turnover. Alley-oop to Hunt, a little bit short, but he's there to put the layup up and in. Makes it 14-11 there. Cheeks with a move in the paint, spins, fadeaway shot, kisses it off the glass and in, and that's a tough bucket there for Kason Cheeks. And that's his first bucket here tonight to make it 16-11 as he faded away from the Hurricane player. Clinkscales inside to White. One-on-one, drives the shoulder in, and he's got to be called for the offensive foul to Billy White. That'd be his first. That'd be the Hurricanes' fourth team foul here. As we take a look at it here on the replay, one of those could have gone either way type of calls there. Didn't have his feet quite set. There's Jonte, and he says what's good for the goose is good for the gander, as he's going to get his first foul, an offensive foul to the former Island Storm's second stint here with the Moncton Miracles. So it's team foul number 3. Jonte, that's his first. Gibson swings it over to White. White driving 1-on-2, back out to Clinkscales. Clinkscales sees it opening up. Can't get it to go, and a rebound there by Granado. Who gets it up to Justice quickly. In the corner. There's a 3 that's no good by Kearney. Cobb, alley-oop, a little bit too far. Hits off the glass, and Granado was right there to pick it up and hand it to Justice, and he's got some speed here. Justice, tough bucket, can't get it to go, and Cobb with a rebound. Now they're starting to go end to end with 4 minutes to go. Clinkscales swings it over to Cobb, wide open for 3, gets it. Cobb, that's his first 3 points of the night here, 16-14. Kearney for 3. Comes back the other way, makes it 19-14. As Tyler Murray and Derek Hall get ready to enter the game here. Hunt outside to Clinkscales for 3. Can't get that one. Clinkscales coming into this one. Number 1 in NBL three-point field goal shooting percentage with 46. Couldn't hit that time. Kearney for 3. And a rebound there by Hunt. Lead pass up to Clinkscales. Another lead pass. White spins up and over Jonte. And he's going to go to the line. Kyle Hunt. And that will be Jonte's second team foul. Tyler Murray, one of the remaining players from last year's team. And Derek Hall. Hall was on injured reserve, as I mentioned. His last game was played January 17th. Was just activated today for the game. And also coming in, number 42, Terrell Tate. He's a Canadian. Keep an eye on him. 81% from the line. He's 7th in the NBL, Terrell Tate, as Billy White will go to the line. And White's pretty good from the line, 83%. Gets that one to go and makes it 19-15. White out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Interesting move here by Hugo Lopez. He didn't start Billy White tonight. He has him in a reserve role, and it's working out pretty well for him. White there. 1 of 2 from the line. Score remains 19-15 for the Miracles as we approach 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Strickland swings to the corner. Jonte for 3. In and out. And loose ball battle. Won by the Hurricanes. Would be their basketballs that went off the Miracles player. 2:50 to go. 19-15 to score. Still here at the Scotiabank Center. Dan Hobson along for the call, and the Silver Vision crew. And there's another turnover there. Turnover's a bit of a story here for both teams. Hurricanes have 7 and the Moncton Miracles have 4. Ty Murray to Hall now. Back to Ty Murray, shoots it, and that's short. And a rebound right into the hands of White, who hands it to Justin Johnson. Johnson driving, sees an opening, and puts it up and in. Nice awareness by Johnson just off the bench, gives him his first bucket of the game. 2-point deficit once again, 19-17. There's Tate, watched by Cobb. Shante swings it over to Murray, spins, drives, there's Hall, and that's strong. Rebound by Johnson. Pass picked off by Murray. Tate is fouled there by Cobb. And that will be Cobb's first and the 5th team foul for the Hurricanes. So it's 1:52 left. So Hurricanes, if they choose to, they have a foul to give. First one for Cobb. As you see the foul right there. And Tate tried to avoid it the best he could, but didn't go too well for him. Strickland drives, dumps it out to Murray as they swing the ball around. There's Tate now to Hall, and up and over Glover and in. Hall, as I mentioned, he had 5 points in the game January 17th, so he has his first bucket here in a month. 1:17 to go here. Hurricanes down by 4. There's a turnover by Tyler, and Ty Murray going the other way, and he's fouled by Gibson. Tyler Murray getting in the right spot there to pick the pass off, as we're going to see it here at home, and just going the other way with it. And Gibson pretty well had to do that foul there. Ty Murray from the line, 81%. The Toronto, Ontario native. As the Scotiabank Center crowd makes some noise, and it works for the first shot. We'll see if it works for the second. Misses the first one. 21-17. And I'm sure that Paul Mukeski must like this first quarter here that his team has put on. They wanted a better, solid defense game. And they're holding Halifax to 17. As Tydran Beatty is coming off the bench. So he'll go in if we get a whistle. There's about a minute left here in the first quarter as Cobb has the basketball, watched by Tate. Sends it in. There's some miscommunication there. It passes for Glover. He went one way, the ball went the other. There was a turnover as Tyler Murray banks it off the glass and in. Turnover's an issue there. It's the 9th one for the Hurricanes. And it's the largest lead here for the Moncton Miracles, 26-17. 40 seconds to go, first quarter. Blake Scales down low to Glover, backs in. And the pass intended for White, out of his reach, and goes into the front row here at the Scotiabank Center, and that's turnover number 10. 10 for the turnovers here, and the points off turnovers. Miracles have 4, the Hurricanes have 2. So if you were with us here on Sunday afternoon when the Orangeville A's were in town, they had a turnover fest. I think they're right around about 20 by the first half. Hurricanes have 10 right now. 7 seconds in between game clock, shot clock, as Tarate's shot is strong. And a weak side rebound there by the Hurricanes. Shot clock shut off. Webster Chan for 3. That's wide. And Cobb has a second chance, gets it off, but it is short. So the opening 12 minutes here for Paul Mukeski. He must be pretty happy, leading by a score of 24-17. You're watching the NBL here on YouTube. My name is Dan Hobson. Glad you can join us wherever you're watching here on YouTube. Proudly presented by the Silver Vision crew here at the Scotiabank Center. And let's take a look at some first quarter stats here. Shane Gibson, the leading scorer for the Halifax Hurricanes, 7 points. He was 2 of 4 from the field. And for the Moncton Miracles, surprise, surprise, James Justice had 6 points. He was 2 of 4 from the field and drained 1 3. So Miracle's not afraid to shoot that 3 ball. They were 40% there in the first quarter and 33% for the Hurricanes from downtown. The field shooting here, 6-17 were the Hurricanes. And that's a 5%. And field goals for the Moncton Miracles are 38. So wasn't the best shooting period for sure for both teams. And of course, just a reminder, come celebrate your birthday with the Halifax Hurricanes here at the Scotiabank Center. You and 10 friends can enjoy Hurricanes basketball from the lower bowl, popcorn, soft drinks, and a birthday message on the Silver Vision screen. So go to www.chronicleherald.ca/contest to register or for more information. So this is going to be an interesting second quarter because the Hurricanes, up until last Sunday, second quarter was one of their worst quarters throughout the season. But they turned it on against the Orangeville A's. And of course, as my broadcast colleague who's on assignment tonight can't be here, Vince Williams said, pretty well halfway of the first quarter, the Hurricanes got their momentum going, and it carried them right through to the second. So this should be interesting to see what second quarter we have in store for us here from the Scotiabank Center. Webster Chan fakes the shot, loses the handle there as the shot clock's at 14. Mike Scales has the basketball, watched by Murray. On a double team, but he gets it over to Cobb there on the near side. Cobb shoots it. Got a little bit of space there and took advantage of it and put it in, and it's a 5-point deficit, 24-19 for the Moncton Miracles. Tate driving, sends it over as they swing the ball around. Tyler Murray now. Out to Tate. There's Cordell Jante, and that's short, and White with the rebound. 24-19 as we approach the 1-minute mark of the second quarter. Swings it near side. Here's Cobb for 3, hits it. Treshawn Cobb taking advantage of this chance because he's in because Joseph Bertrand is injured. And for Cobb, doing very well once again. 5 points this evening as the shot clock's at 10. Jante inside the hall, watched by Glover. Back out, Tate for 3. Too strong, and a board there for Jante. Tydran Beatty can't hit from downtown. 1.5 gone here in the second quarter. Hurricanes looking to tie here with a bucket or go ahead for the first time for a 3, but it's no good that time, and Murray will get over the timeline and has it for the Miracles. Hall from downtown wants to get too strong, but Beatty right there. There was no white jerseys, and he just wanted the basketball a little bit more than the Hurricanes did as he was up there, and with the putback puts it in. As we approach the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 26-22. They swing it over to the far side to Clink Scales in the corner to Cobb. Another corner 3 and hits it. Up and over Tate and in. 1-point deficit, 26-25. Give Cobb 8. And Tate is called for a travel by the far side official Ryan Lutz. Once again, if you're joining us here, Paul Hansen, Ryan Lutz, and J.P. Richard, the officials this evening. And the Hurricanes have a chance to take the lead for the first time here at the Scotiabank Center with a bucket. Cobb. And an offensive foul. Going to be called to Mike Glover. That'd be Glover's first foul here this evening. Glover comes into this game number 1 in NBL field goal percentage at 62.3%. His first foul of the game. That's the first team foul for the Hurricanes. Tate and Cobb one-on-one. Hall sets a screen. There's Jante. Shot fake, now drives. And he's going to be called for traveling. I think he had to put the brakes on because the defense collapsed there, and Jante saw that. And a quick forward pass up to Glover and in. And for the first time tonight, the Halifax Hurricanes have the lead, 27-26. As we pass the 3-minute mark here. Second quarter, Tate. Murray. Swing it over near side to Hall. In the corner to Tate. Shot clock at 5. Tate puts it up. Can't get it to go. Webster Chan had it, lost it. Got it back and hands it over to Clinkscales, who throws it over to Cobb, and he's short there from downtown. Shante with the rebound and hands it off to Murray. Shante once again, the Toronto native, dumps it inside the Hall. Hall spins up and over Glover, and too strong. Glover comes up with the ball and hands it to Clinkscales, who slows things down here as we are approaching the 4-minute mark here of the second quarter. Clinkscales, Webster Chan in the corner. Back out to Glover now. Shot clock winding down at 4 as he drives. And he's going to be called for a travel. And a delay game warning going to Mike Glover, so assessed by Ryan Lutz. We passed the 4-minute mark here, second quarter. Halifax has their first lead of the night, 27-26. Man-to-man coverage here for the for the Hurricanes. Clinkscales picks Murray's pocket and goes up, lays it up, but strong, but right there's Billy White for the putback. 2-on-1 numbers, and there's Beatty going up, but he's going to be fouled, and he'll go to the line. Granado getting ready to come back in. And Johnson also coming in for the Hurricanes. Clinkscales will get a rest. Clinkscales, solid minutes passing the ball here, but no points yet, as Beatty will go to the line. 64% from the line is Tydran Beatty. Gets the first one to go. So we take a look at the last foul there. Was to Mike Glover. That's his second foul here this evening. So Glover, 2 points, 2 fouls here. The Beast, as Vince likes to refer to him as, in a little bit of foul trouble here in the second quarter. White watched by Cheeks. Drives, has his pocket pick. Cheeks deflected some of it, right in the hands of Tyler Murray, as Cheeks now dishes it out to Tate. Tate driving, contact, nothing called, and a rebound goes to White. A lot of contact there on that last Moncton possession. 29-28 as we have passed the 5-minute mark here, second quarter. Glover, once again more contact, nothing called. Mokeski wanted an offensive foul against Glover. Inside, swings the ball over, was Granado over to Tate from downtown, count hit. And another 24 for the Moncton Miracles. Tydran Beatty inside, Cheeks there. Once again, didn't get two hands on the ball, tried to catch it with one hand. Cheeks up and over, can't get it to go. And weak side rebound there by Glover. It's his third rebound here off the bench for the Hurricanes. 29-28. Billy White sees an opening, can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. White 1 of 2, 3 points here. Also 1 of 2 from the field. He'll go to the line here. Hunt will come back in. Glover will have a seat. As White gets to the line and gets the first one to go. And once again, no reminder that the Niagara River Lions will make their debut here in Halifax next week. It's Friday the 26th of February, 7 o'clock, to get a chance to see Logan Stutz as well as Sammy Ziglinski. Niagara River Lions and the Hurricanes, 7 o'clock here at Scotiabank Center. If you can't be here, you can watch it on YouTube, as we'll be glad to bring the game to you, as Tyler Murray from downtown can't hit. Hurricanes lead 31-28. Passing the halfway mark here. Hunt driving. Gets it back, puts it up over Granado and in. That was just a matter of determination for Kyle Hunt there. First drive didn't go too well, but the basketball just stuck to him, sort of like a magnet. As Tate goes up, fouled up there. Loose ball and a loose rebound into the hands of the Hurricanes. 3-on-2, Johnson. And he gets contact. And they're counting the basket for Justin Johnson. And this will give the Hurricanes their biggest lead of the night, 35-27. And there's a timeout on the floor there. Score 35-28. 5:27 to go here in the second quarter. You're watching NBL Canada Basketball on YouTube. My name is Dan Hobson. Vince Williams is on assignment tonight. Can't be here. So hold down the fort for him. And glad you could join us. Jushawn Cobb. Excellent job. 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field here, the leading scorer for the Hurricanes. And he's getting this chance once again because of the injury to Joseph Bertrand. So, and if you were with us on Sunday for the game against the Orangeville A's, Vince says that he was talking to Bertrand and that he's close to coming back. So Hurricanes are going to have a decision. Of course, the Moncton Miracles made their decision today and released Zachary Valliere and signed Derek Hall. And Hall so far has got 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field. And of course, the Island Storm are going to be here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Scotiabank Center. You can get tickets, 902-451-1221. And it's going to be a tough one for the Island Storm because just a couple of days ago, the NBL Canada suspended Nick Evans for 1 game for foul issues. So he will not be in the lineup tomorrow. So it'll be 11 players for the Island Storm against the Hurricanes tomorrow night. And of course, if you're looking for something to do, come on out and join us. We love that you could watch us on YouTube, but we love it even more if you'd actually come down to the Scotiabank Center. Tickets available at 902-451-1221 or ticketatlantic.com. As the players return from their timeout. So it's funny, this sport of basketball is that most of the year the Hurricanes had a tough second quarter, but the second quarter has helped them out here, and they have now made the lead 8 points, 36-28. Strickland. Tough go underneath the hoop, and we have a foul there as Cheeks drew some contact, and it's got to go against Justin Johnson. And that will be his second foul. Johnson 5 points here. 5:16 to go, and Beatty will inbound the basketball. Watched by Webster Chan. Dump low to Granado. Granado and Hunt. Physical matchup there. And Hunt's going to be called for the foul. And that will be his second. So you see a trend here. Some of the big men here for the Hurricanes in a little bit of foul trouble here. Kyle Hunt, Criswell, as well as Glovers has 2, and that would be the second to Hunt. Dumps it inside to Cheeks, and that ball swatted right into the crowd there, much to the like here in the Scotiabank Center. And the shot clock's at 8 seconds, 5:05 to go. As you'll see it here at home. Strickland with the dump pass, bounce pass in. You see it again once again, or the bounce pass into Cheeks and swatted out of there. Less than 5 minutes ago here as a pass that didn't have a lot on it. Sometimes if those cross-court passes, they got to have a lot on them, and that was almost picked off by Strickland and almost down the other way. Yeah, that's a Tough foul there on Dexter Strickland, and that's his third. 4:54 to go here till halftime. Gibson, watched by Strickland. Nice screen set up by Hunt. Bring it over to weak side here to Webster Chan, and that was out of his reach, and another turnover. 14th turnover this evening for the Hurricanes. 36-28, and I'm sure that's probably something Hugo Lopez would like to fix here in the halftime adjustments. There's another foul here. This one's to Billy White, and that's his second. So the big men are in some foul trouble here. Kyle Hunt has 2, Glover has 2, and now Billy White has 2. So something for the Miracles to take advantage of here, see if they can get that ball low there and take advantage of it. Beatty drives the shoulder in and loses the basketball and turns it over. Johnson has it now. 4:20 to go here till halftime. Webster Chan on the near side. Swings it in the middle to Gibson now. Watched by Justice. Drives. Gibson. Bounce pass. Tried to intend it for Hunt. And Richard and Lutz get together, and it's going to be Hurricanes basketball as Tyler Murray comes in. Tyler Murray's 3 points here. Having himself a solid first half here for the Moncton Miracles. Shot clock at 6 as Justin has it. Justin Johnson driving, finds a lane, and it's going to be no basket as Justin Johnson's going to be called for the travel, much to the like of the Moncton Miracle fans behind me, and then the Hurricane fans to my right weren't too happy about that. So not a big Moncton contingency here at the Scotiabank Center, but they are vocal. 4 minutes left to go here till halftime. 36-28. Justice. Bounce pass to Beatty, and with the flush, Tydran Beatty gives him 6 points this evening and slams it with authority, 36-30. 3.5 to go. Webster Chan on the far side dumps it to Gibson, loses the handle, brings it back outside. Gibson from downtown can't hit. That was a long 3. Ended up being a long rebound. Justice has it. Alley-oop, and they tried to hit Beatty once again. Off his hands. And the foul is going to be to Tydran Beatty. To be his second. Four are the fouls here. Moncton Miracles have 4. Hurricanes have 5. Second to Tydran Beatty. 6 points there for the Benedict College product. There's Friesen now. Dumps low. Criswell beats the double triple team. There's Johnson now, one-on-one in the corner. Watched by Murray. Up and over Murray. That ball's going to be short. Deflected by Cheeks to Justice. Justice tried to hit Kearney. Kept in by Friesen. Great perfect pass to Justice, who shot it, but he was no good. And another loose ball foul going to Kason Cheeks, his second here. As you see it at home here. Friesen going right into the bench to keep the ball. Passed it right to Justice, who was just a little bit short, and there was the loose ball foul. Got the elbow up there on Hunt there. And that was the call there by Ryan Lutz here. 2:40 to go here till halftime. Dad Hobson, the Silver Vision crew, glad to bring this one to you here. Hurricanes leading by 6, 36-33. They swing it down low to Criswell, who did some fancy footwork to stay in bounds and got it to Hunt, who gets the hoop and the harm and the chance to complete the 3-point play. Got to take a look at this one. Mokeski doesn't think that Criswell stayed in bounds, but let's take a look-see. He looked like he might have got rid of the ball before he got out of bounds, and of course Hunt was right there, and he has a chance to complete the 3-point play. Nice athletic move there by Tony Criswell. knew the awareness of the line and got rid of it before he went out of bounds. Hunt has a chance to complete the three-point play. That's his first free throw for the night. He's 1 for 1. Having an excellent night here, Hunt is. 5 rebounds, 8 points here. 2:15 to go. Justice now tries to go through 2 Hurricane bodies, and he's got to draw the foul there, as the foul's got to go to Shane Gibson. And if that's Gibson, that will be his second. 16 foul here. Justice will go to the line. Third in the league, 87% from the line. And you pretty well would have to say he's the MVP of this Moncton Miracle basketball team. As we take a look at some of his stats, James Justice, 3rd in the NBL in total scoring, 4th in NBL points per game with 21.941, and 5th in total three-pointers made with 45. So for the Moncton Miracles to be successful offensively, Justice is the straw that stirs their drink as he completes that one. 39-31 now, 8-point deficit. Okeski yelling out at the officials here. 2 minutes to go till halftime. Johnson cuts to the wing. Has an opening, puts it up and in. Justice wasn't there, gave him some room, and he took advantage of it. Justin Johnson. 41-31, the largest lead there. Beatty does a great job of making sure to keep the ball in the possession, but turned over. There's Granado's bounce pass picked off by Gibson. In on Granado. And that's a tough matchup there for Gibson there. 6'10" is Granado. Gibson comes in at 6'2". But he kept on driving. But it wasn't going to work out there because the big center, the former Brampton A, now known as Orangeville A, prevented that scoring chance. 1:34 to go. Shot clock down to 23. New 24 here for the Hurricanes. Johnson dumps over far side to Friesen, and all he got was glass that time. Bounced it off the glass into the hands of Kearney. And Kearney comes back the other way, swings it over to Justice. Throws up a circus shot, and it doesn't go as he's fouled there. J.P. Richard with the call. And it goes to Kyle Hunt, and that's his third. As I mentioned, fouls for the big men are their difficulty here so far as we take a look at Justice driving along the in line. And Criswell was actually the one that got it, but they're going to change that foul probably. Tony Criswell, his second. Justice from the line this evening, 2 of 4. As the Scotiabank Center makes some noise. He drains the first one. Makes it 41-32, 75 ticks left here till halftime. And gets that one to go, makes it 41-33 here. Both teams still have their timeouts here. There's Johnson. Inside to Criswell, back out to Clinkscale. Shot clock at 10, 1 minute to go. Over to Gibson for 3, can't hit. Second chance opportunity, Hunt, and Johnson with the follow-up and one. Good teamwork there as Hunt came down with a rebound and Johnson started driving towards the hoop, and he'll have a chance to complete the three-point play as you'll see it here at home. Look at that nice board there by Hunt, and Johnson driving and in. Beautifully done as Mike Glover will come back in. It's been a quiet first half for Mike Glover, 2 points. Justin Johnson has a chance to get in double figures and scoring here if he can drain this free throw. 9 points here, and he does. 10 points for Justin Johnson, 4 or 5 from the field as Cobb will come in as well. Solid first half here for Justin Johnson, and he's going to rest for the remaining 53.3 seconds here. 44-33 here Another excellent second quarter as Justice from downtown can't hit. And one of the things that the Moncton Miracles are kind of weak in is assists there. And you saw there that Justice went court to court and shot the three. Maybe he should throw the basketball around a little bit more to maybe get a perfect shot here for his teammates. Shot clock down to 9. And there's a foul underneath the hoop. And JP Richard will come over, and it's going to be against Tom Granado. And for Granado, it'd be his first foul this evening. But that's in the penalty now, so Glover will go to the line. Mike Glover, if there's anything that's weak about Glover's game, it's his free throw percentage. 68 at the line coming into tonight, but it looked good there on the first one. So just as soon as I said that Glover had a quiet night, he's gotten to the line. He now has 2 points. And makes it 2 of 2, makes it 4. And once again, it's the largest lead for the Halifax Hurricanes here, 46-33 here, 28.7 seconds to go till halftime. As the Moncton Miracles call timeout. And as you see on the screen, folks, next game is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against the Island Storm. The Island Storm are going to be shorthanded. Nick Evans suspended there for a game. Now, of course, this also is going to be interesting because Duncan Shaw and Joe Salerno could probably put in an appeal, and Nick Evans could play tomorrow night. So it'll be interesting to see if that's what's going to happen, if they're going to put an appeal in and get him to play the game, because the Island Storm are 6-14 and they're trying to get their season back on track, and they have the tools to do it because some of their recent acquisitions have worked out, and they've also got a move to make as George Beeman is on injured reserve, and he may be close to coming back off the injured reserve. So, of course, our folks in Moncton not liking the score too much, 46-33 here. Paul Mokeski was an associate coach last year for the Brampton A's, now the Orangeville A's, and having a difficulty here. But it's going to be a thing that, you know, they've had 11 days off, and Mokeski was just brought in last Friday, and he had a meet and greet on Sunday. So he's had a chance to meet with some of the ticket holders as well as some of the fans here. So it hasn't been really a lot of practice time here he's had with the team because he was introduced last Friday. 4 seconds difference between shot clock, game clock here. Justice cuts towards the wing. Swings back over to Kearney. There's Justice for 3. Can't get it to go, and Glover tips it out of bounds with 4.6 ticks left. And another timeout here by Paul Mokeski here. He's going to draw something up here. 4.6 seconds left. Score 46-33. And of course, you could also get some season tickets too. So just go to halifaxhurricanes.ca and you'll find out all kinds of information of how you can get your season tickets. They're still available now. Info at halifaxhurricanes.ca. As you see, there's a 5-game ticket pack also available, so you can still go to the website there and take a look-see and see some great basketball, and they're putting on a great show. 12 wins, 4 losses. One of the top teams in the National Basketball League. And if there's ever an interesting story coming out of this season so far, is when the Central Division is taking on the Atlantic Division. As of now, before coming into tonight, the Orangeville A's are taking on the St. John Mill Rats here at Harbor Station. Atlantic Division teams doing very well. 5 wins and 4 losses. Hoping to make it 6-4 with a really good Mill Rat team. The Orangeville A's having a little bit of difficulty scoring. They're good defensively, but their offense has just been struggling. They've had 2 games of 80. Justice will have a chance here. Dumps it inside to Cheeks. with the clock winding down, and that's how the half ends. So Paul Mukeski drew something up, and it worked to perfection there. But the Moncton Miracles, who had a lead here of 24-17 after the first quarter, managed to only score 11 there in the second, and the Hurricanes with a 29-point performance. An excellent quarter for a quarter that's been kind of one of their weak quarters throughout the regular season, but it helped them get their 11-point lead. So, at the half, it is the Halifax Hurricanes 46, the Moncton Miracles 35. And we'll be back here in about 14 and a half minutes with third quarter action. You're watching the NBL Canada on YouTube.
Give me a moment. Hurricanes hoodie and tickets to an upcoming game. Congratulations, guys. Now, turn your attention to the Silver Vision screen again for some highlights from the first half.
outside blue line, is that for like a NBL level or?
road, yeah. Finished the last 3 games.
Yeah, and four in a row.
Clinched playoffs though, so that's something good.
But that always happens with this team, though. Like, towards the end, it always doesn't get going.
And you want to be peaking close to March, not in November. And you won 4 in a row, so no, things are going well.
Yeah.
Now you finish with St. FX Acadia or St. FX CBU Acadia. I know it's those 3 teams. I don't know what order. So for the women's games, I'm doing like post-game sideline reporting on TV. For the men's games, I'm doing stats. That's volunteer.
Welcome back to the Scotia Bank Center here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Getting ready for third quarter action here between the Moncton Miracles and the Halifax Hurricanes. The Hurricanes leading by a score of 46-35. And to sum that first half up, it's almost like the first quarter was won by the Moncton Miracles. They came out led by a score of 24-7. And they were shooting very well there in the early going. But that has since phased off there. As the Moncton Miracles, they were 8 of 21 to start, so they were right around 40%. And I know what you're saying back at home, 40% is not that great, but you take a look at the overall half stats. The second quarter, they really started to slow down shooting-wise, and now their field goal percentage is at 27%, 11 of 41. It cooled off. They only scored 11 points, so it was a good first quarter. Well, maybe not good, but, you know, average first quarter, not so great second quarter. And the team that came in here tonight, who's had really bad second quarters, led by the Halifax Hurricanes. What did they do? They stepped things up there in the second quarter. They had 17 points. They weren't shooting very well. They were 6 of 17. That was 35% in the first quarter. And they're up to 44% now as they're 16 of 36. So they have improved in that category and have now built up to a 46-35 point lead here as the players are coming back onto the court for third quarter action. And if there's any positive news for our folks watching from Moncton this evening, is that the big men here for the Halifax Hurricanes are in a little bit of foul trouble. Mike Glover has 2, Billy White has 2, Jashawn Cobb has 1, Kyle Hunt has 2, and Anthony Criswell has 2. And of course, Justin Johnson, the guard, has 2. But the big men are in foul trouble, so look for them to probably dump the basketball into Tom Granato here in the third quarter here to take advantage of that foul situation as we're back underway, third quarter action. A little bit of push off there by Justice and a fadeaway for 2. Might have got away with a little bit of a push off there, but he drains the bucket to make it 46-37. And Justice would like to get warmed up there. He had a really excellent first quarter. Pass inside to Hunt from Criswell. And gets it to go, 48-37. 30 seconds gone, third quarter. Beatty on the near side, inside to Cheeks now. Into the paint, 1-on-3. Cheeks up and over, tough take. The defense collapsed, but not in enough times as Cheek with the hook shot and in. Makes it 48-39, Gibson. Cross court, Clinkscales dumps it inside to Hunt, low post and in. a little bit of a defensive breakdown there. Granado didn't get there in time, makes it 50-39 as we pass the 1 minute mark here. Granado from downtown hits with a little bit of help from the glass and in. Really not his game there, Granado, but give the big 6'10 forward 3 on top of his 2 to make him 5 points in this game here. Gibson loses the handle briefly, passes it far side to Clinkscales, cuts over, brings it back over here, the strong side. Criswell for 3, no good, and Justice with a rebound. For Justice, that's his second rebound of the game as he's driving up, cuts through the trees, can't get it to go. Cheeks had a second chance put back, can't get that one to go. Back outside to Kearney, swing the ball around, Strickland. Nice passing here. There's Justice cutting, and a nice pass. Justice driving along the inline, and that left Granado wide open, and he got the pass and put it in to make it 50-44. As the crowd starts to yell defense, that's the Moncton crowd, of course. There's Clinkscales down low. Nice fancy pass, but it went out of bounds there by Hunt, intended for Friesen, so a turnover. One of the turnovers were an issue there for the Hurricanes. They had about 10 by the first quarter. That will give them 17 overall, so a better second quarter as Strickland crosses the timeline. Swings it to Kearney. Kearney sings it over the corner, has some room and shoots the 3. Can't get it to go, but it's going to go off the hands of Hunt and out of bounds, and a new 24 for the Moncton Miracles. Actually, they're going to say it hit a Miracle player, pardon me, so it's Hurricanes basketball. Ryan Lutz, of course, the near side official right there. Clinkscales on the far side, swings it over the corner to Criswell there. Criswell for 3, short. Cheeks, fast break here for Kearney, and 1. The Hurricanes miss, and Moncton was quick in transition. And Kearney was going down and has a chance to complete the 3-point play as Billy White comes in. Kearney, if there's anything that's a struggle, as you see him going here, and Clinkscales touched him there, and of course he'll go to the line to complete the 3-point play. As I was going to mention, Kearney has a hard time from the line, 23%. So something about the stripe here that Kearney doesn't like. He gets that one to go with a little bit of the shooter's roll. Makes it 50-47, so the Hurricanes, of course, had 11-point lead. Have seen it dwindle to 3 here as we approach the 3-minute mark. Friesen dumps it into White. He's rejected by Granado. Has a second chance. That is pass intended for White. Hunt, pardon me. Goes off a Hurricane player out of bounds, and Moncton basketball. So a 3-ball here. They have a chance to tie it. Strickland outside to Granado. Hands it off to Justice. Justice driving, sees a lane, and puts it up and in. And a timeout called by Hugo Lopez here in the Halifax Hurricanes. 11-point lead has now been brought down to 1 here at the Scotiabank Center, and things are starting to get a little bit quiet. So it's almost like we're going back to a game of chess here. Moncton makes their move in the first quarter. They slow down the second, and they're back at it again in the third. So once again, a tight game here, 50-49. So we're in for a good finish here at the Scotiabank Center. Dan Hobson, along with the Silver Vision crew, glad you could join us wherever you're watching. And we hope you're enjoying NBL Canada basketball on YouTube. And just a reminder to our Halifax fans who are in the area that the Island Storm take on the Hurricanes tomorrow night at the Scotiabank Center. Tickets are still available at ticketatlantic.com, or you can call 902-451-1221. 7 o'clock tomorrow night, the Island Storm, fresh off a victory over the Orangeville A's, are in town. Speaking of the Orangeville A's, they're having another rough night in St. John, pardon me. Score in the third quarter is the St. John Millrats 78, the Orangeville A's 43. So the A's are having a tough trip here in Atlantic Canada. Big loss against the Hurricanes here on Sunday, and then a loss against the Iowa Storm. They're on well, they've got a lot of work to do, but before saying they are going to be in a 4-game losing streak, but they are on their way to that right now. 78 to 43 here, third quarter, as we are back to action. 1 point lead for the Hurricanes here as the shot clock's winding down at 10. Clinkscales dumps it. Hunt up and over, can't get it to go, and a rebound there by Granado. And driving was Strickland, and he'll go to the line. Foul was to Joel Friesen. His second foul here tonight. It's the second team foul for the Hurricanes, as Strickland will go to the line. Strickland 70% from the line for the Miracles. And doinks the first one. Strickland, of course, played for Roy Williams out of North Carolina Tar Heels. Gets the second one to go. And we're even Steven, 50 to 50 here. 8:15 to go. Third quarter from the Scotiabank Center in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Dan Hobson and the Silver Vision crew. Vince Williams is on assignment today as Clinkscales from downtown can't hit. And back the other way is Cheeks and gets it to go. Second lead change we have here tonight as the Miracles have a lead once again, 52 to 50. Swings it far side. Friesen now. Loses it briefly. Kearney, tough D. Friesen driving. Sees an open Hunt. Can't get it to go, and there's a battle there won by Cheeks, and he hands it off to Justice. And Justice crosses the timeline. Watched by Friesen. Downtown, in and out. There's going to be a foul, a loose ball foul, called by Paul Hansen underneath the hoop. And it's going against Billy White. And that will be his third. As Mike Glover comes back, Justin Johnson and Tershawn Cobb come back. Shane Gibson, 7 points, 2 of 8 from the field. We'll have a rest there. And Gibson was 1 of 5 from downtown. We'll sit 7:29 to go. Easy inbound, and the shot missed by Justice, and the rebound there by Billy White, as Hugo Lopez will keep White out here with 3 fouls. And there's a foul going to Granado underneath the hoop, called by J.P. Richard for a hold. And for Granado, be his second foul. First team foul for the Moncton Miracles. Clinkscales swings it far side to Cobb. Clinkscales has the basketball again. He's watched by Justice. Uses the Glover screen. Swings it over in the corner there. Justin Johnson driving. Can't get it to go. And Granado with another rebound. Turns it over. Here's Glover, the beast, and one. Careless with the basketball was the Moncton Miracles underneath, as Paul Mokeski is calling for a foul underneath the hoop. And Glover's going to go to the line to complete the 3-point play. As you take a look at it there, Cobb, and then just puts it up, and Glover seems to be feeling that stomach area. He'll go to the line here. Glover from the line, 2 of 2 tonight, and he'll make it 3 of 3 as he gets that one to go. And Hurricanes have the lead once again, 53 to 52, 6.5 to go. Kearney in the corner. Swings it back out to Strickland now as the shot clock's at 10. Back over to Kearney in the corner. Head fake, driving. Backs into Johnson, fades away and gets it to go. Nice effort there by Brandon Kearney. Kearney out of the University of Detroit Mercy. He's third in NBL, 3-point field goal percentage of 45, but right there he took it strong and faded away and got it to go. Makes it 54 to 53. Glover in the corner there. The Clinkscales Cobb. There's a pass that's deflected out of bounds. And the shot clock will be at 6 with 6:16 to go in the third quarter. Miracles up by 1. Mike Scales. And his pass was intended for Glover. Picked up, but a blocking foul going to be called to Justice. Mokeski can't believe it. He's irate here, and he's standing by the table here, and maybe our microphone can pick it up. And it's Justice's second foul. He's not happy one bit with that call. Hurricanes basketball, 14 to shoot. Blake Scales swings it out to Glover. There's Johnson, watched by Strickland. Screen set up by Glover. Blake Scales swings it over in the corner to White there. White loses his feet and loses the basketball. And it's going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow will stay with the Hurricanes, but they've only got 3 to shoot, as that's what's on the shot clock. 6:02 to go third quarter, as Cordell Jante will come in. Jante had himself an excellent game. He had a season-high 21 points in their last game against the Island Storm. And Jante, so far a little quiet here, 0 for 2 from the field, is back on. Shot clock winding down, and he's bailed out as White had a chance, but he's got to be fouled there. It's going to go to Kason Cheeks, and that should be his 4th. 1 second past the halfway mark here. And it is his 4th. White will go to the line, as we mentioned, 83%. Fourth NBL field goal percentage, misses the first one at 83% from the line. And White tonight was 3 of 4 before he hit that, missed that one. 54 to 53. As the Moncton fans make noise, 1 of 2 from the line there for White. Give him 6 now. Tie game once again, 54 to 54. We're in for a dandy finish here at the Scotiabank Center. Justice loses the handle, and nice work by Johnson. Lead pass to White, and Flush City. Billy White wakes up the Scotiabank Center crowd as the woos and the crowd noise picks up here at the Scotiabank Center. 56 to 54 as you watch it back here at home. There it is, Jam City, as Dick Vitale would say. 56 to 54. Justice finds a lane, puts it up, can't get it to go. Rebound. That basketball is just stuck to Justice. He seems to be around the ball all night long. And there's a little bit of contact there as White and Justice collided. White's checking to see if he's got his chiclets still. As Cheeks will take a seat here. As Hall returns. Just fresh off the injured reserve, Derek Hall, number 44 in gray for the Moncton Miracles. There's Glover, 1-on-2, bumps into Hall, and he'll go to the line, Mike Glover. For Hall, that's his first foul, 2 points, 1 of 4 this evening. As we take a look at home here, Cobb with a nice dish inside, and Hall tried to get there for the double team, couldn't get there in time, and a little bit of a collision, and Glover will go to the line. Glover tonight is 4 of 5 from the free-throw line. Make that 4 of 6 now as he misses the first one. 8 points here for the Beast, as Vince likes to call him. 4:59 to go here in the third quarter as Tydran Beatty will enter the game here. Tydran Beatty had a little bit of minutes there in the first half. Played 9 minutes and 14 seconds, comes in. And for that 9 minutes and 14 seconds, he was 2 of 3 from the field. Perfect from the free-throw line, 2 for 2 and 6 points. Here's Jante. Passes out to Justice. Justice with a fadeaway shot over Glover. And a rebound there by Cobb. Cobb having himself a good game there. His second rebound, 11 points. Has the basketball once again. Inside to Glover, swings it over, deflects off a Moncton Miracle player. Shot clock at 9. And it's Hurricanes basketball. As we say it about Jashawn Cobb from out of Northwestern College, 6'5" from Decatur, Georgia. Clinkscales will inbound the basketball quickly. White, there's Clinkscales now. Shoots, can't get it to go. And the weak side rebound by the Moncton Miracles. There's Kearney now. Kearney swings at the Jante. Jante off the glass and in. Cordell Jante, first bucket of the night. 57-56. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Johnson cuts. Swings it weak side over to Clinkscales. Over the corner to Cobb for three. Can't get it to go. Loose ball, won by the Hurricanes. Johnson has it wide open. Can't hit it. Instead of passing the basketball around, opted for the shot. Tydran Beatty with the jumper. And the rebound there by White. Gets over the timeline. Strickland tried to foul, but didn't. Got the ball to Clinkscales now. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. An excellent basketball game here at the Scotiabank Center. Cobb cuts, spins, passes it out to Clinkscales, inside the paint to White. Covered there by Jante and turned over. Beatty forward pass up to Justice, and he's fouled there by Clinkscales. For Clinkscales, that will be his second personal foul. And it'll be the 15th team foul for the Hurricanes. 3:13 to go. As Gibson will come in and give Clinkscales a rest. And Tyler Murray returns for the Moncton Miracles. So it's 14th foul for the Hurricanes as we see the forward pass here by Beatty on the replay here. In the meantime, Tyler Murray dishes it off to Cordell Jante. Jante back to Tyler Murray, swings it over to Strickland, finds a lane, and he's fouled there. And it's going to go against Gibson. And that will be his second. So the fouls starting to pile up here. Glover has 2, Friesen has 2, Johnson has 2, Clinkscales has 2, and Gibson has 2, and White has 3. So definitely an interesting story for the rest of this game here. As Strickland will go to the line. He hits the first one. Strickland tonight from the line is now 2 of 3. Gets ready for the second one. Another reminder, Niagara River Lions will be here February 26th, 7 o'clock here at the Scotiabank Center. If you can't make it, you can watch the game here on YouTube. But we'd love to see you out here at the Scotiabank Center. The first trip for the Niagara River Lions as they take on the Hurricanes. And it's at 7 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time here in Halifax. And the flush by Billy White from the, gets a pass and he knew what to do and flushed it down. 59-58, Tyler Murray left alone there with the layup. Makes it 60-59. As we take one look again, Glover passing it there to White there and the flush. Shot clock winding down. It's at 10 seconds. Johnson has the basketball. Watched by Murray. Driving. Fadeaway shot. Banks it off the glass. Weak side rebound there by Beatty. And he brings it over the timeline. Swings it inside to Hall. One-on-one against Glover. Up and over. Couldn't get it to go. Hall is 6'7". Glover 6'8". Nice athletic move there by Hall, but he couldn't get the finish as Cobb ends up going down on the play. He's okay. And the foul is going to be going to Cordell Jante. And for Jante, that will be his third. 6th foul. Glover going to the line once again, 5 of 7. That's where he's getting most of his damage done tonight, is from the line. 5 points, 5 of 7, 2 of 3 from the field, 9 points in total as he puts the first one up and gets it to go. That'll put him in double figures for the Bronx, New York native. Played his college basketball at Iona. Short on the second one, Jante comes up with it and then just hands the ball off to Dexter Strickland, who crosses the timeline with 1:40 to go. 100 seconds left, third quarter. Strickland for 3. He used the crossover and got a some spacing and put it in. Nice move there for Strickland. It gives him 9 this afternoon, 3 of 4 from downtown. Miracles lead 63-60, 80 seconds left, third quarter. Cobb lost the handle, got it back. Johnson with the shot clock at 7, cuts, drives. Going to be called for 3 of the keys, Mike Glover, and it's going to be a turnover to the Hurricanes. Negus Webster-Chan will return to give Cobb a little of a breather. Cobb, excellent basketball game tonight. 3 of 6 from downtown, 4 of 8 from the field, 11 points. Will sit for the remaining 105 here. 63-60, Strickland once again from downtown hits. Strickland starting to heat up now. That gives him 12. And Billy White is going to be called for an offensive foul here. For White, that's his 4th. 6-point lead for the Moncton Miracles. Actually, it's going to get Justin Johnson, pardon me. That will be his 3rd. Jante hands it off to Strickland. Shot clock not going, so they'll have to blow play dead. So they're going to be readjusting the clock here. As J.P. Richard, now they're going to set it to 53.8, pardon me, as you'll see at home. 53.8 seconds left here, 6-point lead, shot clock at 19. Moncton basketball. Strickland, 2 straight threes in a row, looking for number 3, and hits it. Actually, they're going to be a long distance 2, pardon me, but still 8 points for Strickland here. Makes it 68-60 as Johnson lays it up and in. 7 seconds shot clock, game clock here. 22 seconds, 15 on the shot. Strickland now waiting, watched by Johnson. Uses the Jante screen. Shot clock at 4. Strickland, and gets it to go as the clock was winding down. Johnson from downtown, and that's short and goes out of bounds as the clock expires to end the third quarter. So first quarter won by the Moncton Miracles, the second one by the Hurricanes, and the third was won by the Miracles, and they lead 70-62 as they've made an adjustment on the screen here. 70-62. 12 minutes left in this one there. 12 minutes for Paul Mokeski to get his first win of the NBL. He was associate coach for the Brampton A's last year under Dave Magley, and just got back from France when he got the call about the coaching position in Moncton. And of course, they had a big press conference at St. Louis Bar and Grill in Moncton on Mountain Road. And of course, they had a meet and greet on a Sunday afternoon. So it's been a hectic 7 days here for Paul, and looking here to get a win. And one of the things that he talked about doing was changing defensively. And they've done an excellent job here tonight, holding the Halifax Hurricanes to 62 points. Now, the field goal shooting percentages are nothing to write home about, folks. We'll tell you that right now. The Halifax Hurricanes, 41.5% from the field. Moncton Miracles are 39% from the field. So nothing really spectacular, but one of the stats that, if you're just joining us, is last year the Moncton Miracles had a record of 8-24. Of those 24 losses, 21 were when they gave up well over 100 points. And that was at that time. They had some gunners because they had the likes of Trevon Lathan as well as Stanley Robinson, you know. And they still have some guts here because they've got Strickland, Granado, as well as Justice. And What a quarter Justice had, or pardon me, Dexter Strickland had. 16 points. He now has the game high in that. And it was mostly the end of that third quarter where he heated up 2 threes and a long distance 2. It swung the momentum, and that's the difference here in the game right now. 8 points, 8 straight there for Dexter Strickland. 3 of 4 from downtown. Moncton Miracles shooting well from downtown, 7 of 19. The Hurricanes are 25%, 4 of 16. The 3-ball not rain throwing down, but one of the stories here is that the Hurricanes play better here in the fourth quarter, so we'll see if they could come back here and make a game of it. They're only down by 8 as a shot there by Beatty is short, and White comes up with the rebound there. His 4th this evening for the Halifax Hurricanes. As we approach 30 seconds gone in the fourth quarter, Johnson sees a lane, cuts, passes it to Glover, and he gets it to finish. Had enough air time there to get it. He didn't handle it cleanly at first, but he flushed it to make it a 6-point deficit, 70-64. Beatty's going to be called for a travel and a turnover. That will be turnover number 13 for the Moncton Miracles. The Hurricanes started off really cool with the basketball as they had about 10 here by the end of the first quarter. They've got 21 the rest of the game, but 11 turnovers in 2 quarters is definitely a lot better than 10 in the first. Approaching 1 minute left, Johnson driving up over Jante. Rebound there by Glover, and he can't get it to finish, but he'll go to the line. 6 of 9 from the line tonight is Glover. And the foul is to Cordell Jante. That will be his 4th. So we talk about foul trouble here for the Hurricanes with Glover having 2 and White having 3 and Hunt 2 and Criswell 2. That's 4 against Cordell Jante, and Kason Cheeks has 4 as well. As Glover gets that one to go, makes it 70-65 here. The Beast doing it from the line here tonight. And gets that to go. 7 of 10, 13 points. 4-point game, 70-66. As Clydescale stands up, Dexter gets a little bit of a push off there. And the rebound there by White. To finish by point, Clydescale standing up, trying to get the crowd going here. He is the general. Not only is he a general on the floor, but he pretty well gets the fans going here when they want them to make noise, and they usually oblige. Inside to Glover. Tried to catch him with one hand. Deflects. And there was a careless pass by Tyler Murray, but it works out well for them as Strickland with the fake up and in. Finished by point. Tyler Murray just slapped the ball and almost went into the Hurricanes' hands, but they were sloppy with it as well. And they ended up turning it over, and Strickland with the finish. 72-66. Webster Chan now. Inside to White. Post, puts it up, kisses the glass and in. Billy White puts him in double figures, 11 points. Tyler Murray can't hit, and Gibson has the basketball here. 4-point game, White driving, dishes it to Glover, and he's hacked there by Hall. Be his 2nd, and he'll go to the line once again, Mike Glover. 8 of 11 tonight, 14 points. Seems like the teams are trying to realize that Mike Glover's one of his weaknesses is 3 throws. They seem to be doing the hack a Shaq mentality, except for it's a hack a Glover. Right now, 8 of 11 tonight, 3 of 4 from the field, 14 points in total. And he'll go to the line. And he's short on the first one. Justice here, standing outside the scorer's table, ready to get back in. 13 points there. Struggling from the field tonight is Justice, 4 of 14. As Glover's set to throw the second one and gets that one to go. Kyle Hunt returns for Mike Glover. So Hunt and Granado, that will be an interesting matchup for the rest of the way if that's the decision they decide to go. Granado versus Hunt. 6'10 versus 6'9. There's Jonte, dishes it out. Tyler Murray, that's going to be short, right into the hands of Webster Chan, and up to Gibson along the wing. Swings it back. Johnson with a cut. Goes back out now. Shot clock of 14, over to Hunt there. Makes a move on Granado, and going to be called for the foul as Granado clearly had him beat, had to foul up. So Granado, that's his fourth foul. So some of the bigs also had foul trouble here for the Moncton Miracles as Cordell Jonte and Tom Granado have 4 with 9:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. Gibson swings it near side to Webster Chan. Dumps it over to White. Shot fake, drives, spins, puts it up, a lot of contact. Jonte with a rebound. There's Jonte once again. Beatty for 3, can't hit. Beatty a little bit quiet here tonight here for the Moncton Miracles. 6 points. 2 of 5 from the field. 8:46 to go. They swing it to Webster Chan. Catch and shoot. Can't get to go. Granado with a rebound. Give him 9 tonight. He has the basketball once again wide open for 3. Can't get it to go. And White with a rebound there. 12 rebounds for White as Johnson, but they're not going to call the basket, but the officials are going to come together, and the result is going to count. And 1 there for Justin Johnson. Much to the like here. 72-71 as Paul Mokeski comes over and wants to have a conversation with GP Richard. Johnson was even saying, get help with that, and they did. Hanson and Richard come together, and Justin Johnson has a chance to tie the basketball game with 8:25 to go. Money shot. Of course, Justin Johnson, 87% from the line, ties the ball game, 72-72. Granado in the corner, Beatty. Bit of a double team. Jonte wide open, too strong, and a loose ball foul called underneath the hoop. And it's going against Kyle Hunt. And it'll be his third. It's a loose ball foul. That's the Hurricanes' first foul here in the quarter. 4-1 are the team fouls. Jonte drives too hard. Granado there with the putback. Can't get it to go as he draws the foul, so he'll go to the line. And Shane Gibson's going to be called for the foul. It'll be his second. And second team fouls. Granado goes to the line. 67% from the line this year is Granado. Tonight, he's 1 of 3, and he banks the first one to go 1 for 4 now. 3 throws. Teams are really shooting well from the free throw line. Moncton was 13 of 17. They're 13 of 18 now as Granado hits that one. 14 of 19, and the Hurricanes are 18 of 23. It's their field goal shooting percentage that's a little low in this one. 7 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the fourth quarter as Johnson drives, and he draws contact, and Jonte will be called for the foul. And for Cordell Jonte, that will be his 5th. So Mokeski has a choice to make. Going to keep Jonte out there, or are you going to go to the bench? And right now, Jonte's going to stay. As you just saw the replay at home there is Justin Johnson, as Kason Cheeks will come. So Cheeks will probably replace Cordell Jonte. Cheeks has also got 4 fouls too, so that's something. That's interesting. Yes, it is Jonte that is coming out. I was going to say it was Kearney, but it is Cordell Jonte, as he's not happy with the last calls. He gets a word of encouragement from Paul Mokeski. Mokeski's a tall coach, as you probably have seen there, Moncton. A physical presence indeed. There's Beatty wide open for three, and he's fakes the shot and had lots of time. No white jerseys near him, and Beatty gets his first three of the night. 1 of 2 from downtown. Gives him 9 points. And the Miracles have a 2-point lead. Webster Chan dishes it inside. And it goes out of bounds, and it will be Hurricanes basketball, 8 on the shot clock. 7:11 to go. Swings it to White here. Shot clock at 6. Has the room to shoot the three, and he will, but that's too strong. And Granado has the basketball, quickly hands it off to Justice. Kearney for three, hits. The big forward shooting a three, left a long rebound, and in transition was Moncton, and they came back and they drained the three. Brandon Kearney makes it 5-point deficit, 79-74. Inside, White up. A little bit of contact there from Granado, but White gets it in. White, 13 points for the Hurricane. Swung over to Cheeks. Granado has it. Beatty shot a three. Quickly over there was Webster Chan to deny that shot. Justice driving, finds a lane, draws contact. There's Kearney, avoids Gibson. Shot clock was down at 2. And back come the Hurricanes the other way with a chance to tie or make it a 1-point game. Gibson for three, can't hit. And Justice comes back for the rebound. Justice, Beatty once again. He's short on that. Cheeks gets the second chance opportunity, but he's got to be called for travel as he was trying to stay in bounds. And Mokeski has a conversation with Ryan Lutz. As we have reached the halfway point here of the fourth quarter. Miracles leading 79-76 as you are watching NBL Canada basketball on YouTube. I'm Dan Hobson. My partner Vince Williams is on assignment tonight, so flying a little bit solo. And of course, if you are enjoying this game from the comforts of your home and you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, why not come on down to the Scotiabank Center? The Island Storm are taking on the Halifax Hurricanes tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The Island Storm, of course, coming off a win over the Orangeville A's, and the Orangeville A's are having another tough one tonight. 9:34 to go in the fourth quarter, and the St. John Millrats lead 126-65, and that is not an error. That is, looking at the screen right now, 9:09 to go in the fourth quarter from the Harbor Station, 126-65. Other action, the Windsor Express London Lightning in the battle of two of the top Central Division teams. The London Lightning lead the Windsor Express 54-31. Interesting news from the London Lightning, Kevin Loisel, who is a player with the Lightning, has been suspended by the team. The former, of course, Windsor Express. Loisel, that happened just today. So London Lightning may be making a move here in terms of a roster situation because they don't want to be carrying 11. In this league, if you are carrying a short bench, you're going to pay for it. So be interested to see what the London Lightning do. As you see some of the vocal crowd here tonight at Scotiabank Center. Lots of young people here tonight as the game gets back underway. 5:48 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hurricanes down 3. Johnson driving. And another rebound by Granado, who quickly hands it off to Justice. Justice has the basketball again. Johnson falls down. That'll allow Justice to drive. And he gets fouled there by Hunt. And Justice a little bit slow to get up. Gets some help from Granado and Beatty. And that's going to be a foul to Kyle Hunt. And that will be number 4 for him. And the third team foul. They say it's his third team foul here, so Justice will go to the line. Justice tonight from the line, 4 of 6. As the ball boys wipe some sweat off the court here, which is the reason for the delay, but Justice still look like he's not really comfortable, bent over at the free throw line, and you don't want to really see their top player hurt. James Justice, as we mentioned, once again, 14 straight double figure in points game and has made it number 15 tonight as he has 13, looking for number 14 from the line and gets it to go. 14 points, 15 straight games, double figures in points for James Justice. A 5'10 guard, definitely putting his name out there for MVP as he misses the second one there. 4-point deficit, 5:27 to go here. Fourth quarter. Cobb used the screen of Hunt, but can't get it to go, and a second chance opportunity as Webster Chad came up with the offensive board. But they're saying the shot clock didn't reset, so Johnson's going to have to shoot the 3. He's rejected there, and coming back the other way, he's Beatty with the one-handed flush. And as you can probably hear from behind me, to my left, the Moncton Miracle fans making some noise as we get a chance to take a look at that Beatty one-handed flush. The shot clock was winding down and Johnson had to put the shot up, and he just ran into the hot James Justice, who blocked it and then sent a forward pass out to Beatty, and he put it down. As you see the Hurricane Weather Girls here on the court trying to get this Scotiabank Center to make some noise because it is a vocal Moncton group. They may not be big, but they have made the 2.5-hour trip here to Halifax to cheer on the Miracles. So 5:04 left in this one, and of course the team that has been known to give up a lot of points in their games, about 112, and that's of course was worst in the league for points against average, have done an amazing job here. 112 points is what they give up. They've only given up 76 so far, so when Mokeski had his press conference a couple of days ago, he said that he wants this team to be tough when it comes playoff time. Well, I think, Paul, you've got a tough team, and it isn't playoff time now. 76 points with all these offensive weapons that the Hurricanes have. Should be happy with tonight's result so far. But, of course, we're not done yet. 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Johnson swings it inside. Up post to Hunt. He can't finish, but he gets a second chance with the hook shot over Granado and in. 82-78 as Hugo Lopez gets his arms up in the air to get the crowd to make some noise here. They need stops here, the Hurricanes. Mokeski screeching out instructions as Cheeks now. Tough take on Criswell, but he's going to be called for a travel, and it's going to be Hurricanes basketball. And this is the thing, is probably a team that comes in 6-11, you know, they have a hard time trying to finish. Whereas the Hurricanes finish well here as Criswell's jumper can't go, bounces in and out. 4:15 to go here, fourth quarter, 4-point game. Justice has his pocket pick briefly, but gets the basketball back. Klickskill gives him some room now. A double team here on Justice, looking for some help, and he beats the trap, but they do turn the basketball over, and they both hit the floor, and Justice comes up with the basketball, but there's going to be a foul as the shot clock was winding down, and that's a tough foul to take, especially against Kyle Hunt. Actually, it's going against Justin Johnson. It will be his 4th, and that's good because if it was Kyle Hunt, it would have been his 5th. He was around there as well, so the foul was to Justin Johnson. 4-point deficit there. And for Johnson, that is his 4th. There's a shot by Justice, and that doesn't go, and the rebound to Justin Johnson now. Crosses the timeline with 3:40 to go. Drives to the weak side. Clank Scales. Driving. Swings it over to the near side to Cobb. Gets away from Beatty for 2. A long distance 2 for Cobb. Cobb, 13 points tonight. And 4 from 9 from the field. As the defense chant now. 3:15 here at the Scotiabank Center. Kearney now uses the Granado screen to get some room. And a turnover there as Johnson is trying to go the other way. He's fouled there by Kearney. And for Kearney, that will be his first foul. But a turnover that didn't want to get Johnson going. So a good foul there. You take a look at it here. It's a steal by Johnson, and Kearney was just all over him and got his hands on him. And of course, that was a good foul, but it is going to give bonus for the rest of this game as Johnson hits it. Miracles in the penalty. And a 1-point lead. So Johnson, if he can hit this one, can tie the game. And it bounces in and out, and Cheeks with the rebound there. 3 minutes to go here from the Scotiabank Center. Dan Hobson and the Silver Vision crew. Glad to bring this one to you. Should be good in for a good finish as Strickland is cutting. And a foul coming up to Shane Gibson, and that's his 3rd. 15th foul. 2:52 to go as you see it at home here. Strickland driving. Foul was away from the basketball. And they're going to say it's a shooting foul. As Strickland will go to the line. 3 of 4 from the line and misses that one. And you can see Clank Scales there in your shot at home. But he's also screaming here, trying to get the boys going. 1 for 2 from the line. 2-point game once again. 2:48 to go, 4th quarter. Mike Scales. Cobb in the corner. Watched by Kearney, drives, backs in, swings it over to Johnson. Johnson falls again. Having some difficulties with his sneakers here tonight. Shot clock at 5 as Clank Scales looking for some help. He's going to have to throw the 3 and hits the glass, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. That possession didn't work out very well for the Hurricanes. Johnson fell down. There's been a couple of times that he's fell down. I don't know if there's sweat on the floor or if he's cutting that so much that he's losing his footing, but what an awkward time to go down now as we approach 2:25 to go here in the 4th quarter. Kearney cuts towards the corner. Inside. Cheeks now spins 1-on-2. Up and over. Can't get it to go. Rebound there by Criswell. Does a great job of staying on his feet as Kason Cheeks is down. And the Hurricane bench did not like because they had numbers going the other way, but Cheeks is down and he's being treated by a medical staff. He looked like to be working on his ankle. He's going to get some help up from Granado and some applause here as Cheeks is not putting any weight on that whatsoever, so a change is going to have to be made here for the Miracles. We'll see if Bokeski calls a timeout. He's in a position to do that, and he will do that. And as you see, Kids Camp, Bedford Hammonds Plains Community Center, March 12th and 13th, 8 till 12 for ages 6 to 16. It's $125 plus HST. And if you want to enter that, call 902-377-3052 or email info@halifaxhurricanes.ca. Definitely interesting time to do things. Of course, month of March is pretty well an entertaining time for basketball here. AUS Final 6 taking place. And right next to me is a member of the St. Mary's Huskies, Alfred Burgesson. The Huskies have been playing good basketball as of late. Another win last night. The guys had a win over Cape Breton as well as they had a win over Acadia, so they're putting on some, they're marching towards the final six, and they got pedal to the metal there. And of course the ACAA basketball championships are going to be here in Bedford at the Mount St. Vincent University. So it's going to be a busy basketball time here, and of course as well as high school basketball championships, provincials. So if you're a hoop fanatic just like I am, hope you get a chance to enjoy some great basketball if you're in the Halifax area. And speaking of if you're in the Halifax area, we see some fans get up and make some noise and cheer on the boys. Tomorrow night, Island Storm once again, 7 o'clock, Scotiabank Center. Island Storm fresh off a win over the Orangeville A's. And the Hurricanes looking to tie the ball game. 2 minutes to go here as they dump the ball inside to Glover. One-on-one on Granado. Tough matchup. Glover can't get it to go. And right there was Criswell, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line with a chance to tie the ball game. For Granado, that's his 5th foul. Criswell, 75% from the line, averaging 9 points per game this season for the Spencer, Oklahoma native. And 2 big shots here for the big guy. 6'8" forward. And he gets the first one to go. .152 to go here in the 4th quarter. And ties it. 83-83. As the arms are getting waved to make some noise, and they do. 83-83. Big defensive stop here for the Hurricanes. Kearney, 4-3 out of dagger. Kearney, 14 points, 3 of 6 from downtown. Makes it a 3-point game again. 86-83. Johnson. Oh, blows by. Strickland sends it over the corner. Cobb for 3. Short. And the rebound into the hands of Strickland. 2-on-1. Strickland gets fouled by Clake Scales, and he doesn't like the call as he runs away, hands the basketball to Paul Hansen. He's not sure what he did, but I think that's the reaction most of the time players do. You see it here at home, 2-on-1 the other way, and Strickland going to the line tonight. He's 4 of 6. And gets that one to go. What a crucial time to turn the basketball over here, because now if Strickland can do this, it's going to be a 2-possession game here. 87-83 and finishes. Well, I mentioned it off the top, is like you have a coaching change, what it does to you, it's almost like, a change is as good as a vacation type thing. Or it's almost like, the students, that being the players, have a new teacher, that being Mokeski, and the teacher and the students are also trying to impress the teacher. Johnson from downtown gets Cordell Jonte. Actually, it's going to go Dexter Strickland's going to be called for the foul here. And it was away from the basketball, so it wasn't on Johnson. So Glover's going to shoot 2. 72 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. As Glover gets that one to go, that give him 9 of 13, 15 points tonight. And you got to give the Moncton Miracles credit, because the Beast has not been allowed to get inside to get some buckets. Most of his points have come from the line tonight. We're not going to let him beat him from inside, as that one rattled around and down. As a 3-point game again here. Just look for the Hurricanes to probably trap here, turn that ball over, or get a 5-second violation. Let's see what they do here. There it is. They pick it off. Clake Skills there. So they have a chance, but White loses the handle, and Strickland comes up with it. They did everything White right, but White lost the handle. Beatty flush. As Chason Cheeks is here right beside me, banging the towel on the ground. Of course, he's injured and can't play for the rest of the 54 seconds there. Clinkscales from downtown, but the rebound there by White gets rejected by Beatty, and Granado with a rebound. What a turn of events here at the Scotiabank Center. The inbound there by Moncton, and Hurricanes ended up with the basketball, but White lost the handle, and now Justice will go to the line. As Clinkscales is going to go watch the rest of this one from the bench. 44 seconds left of this as Justice goes to the line. And hits the first one. Gets that one to go, so 7-point game. Pretty well might put the nail in the coffin here tonight at the Scotiabank Center, but Johnson is driving and loses the handle there. Trying to get up over Granado, and Glover's there. And Granado with the board once again. That should pretty well do it. Paul Mukeski is going to win his first basketball game as coach of the Moncton Miracles here tonight at the Scotiabank Center. As one of the Moncton players says, good defense, guys, and it really was an excellent defensive performance tonight. 85 points so far for the Hurricanes here as Strickland goes to the line with a chance to finish. Gives it an 8-point deficit here, 93 to 85, as some people are starting to leave the Scotiabank Center and knowing that this one, but Strickland misses that one. Mike Glover is going to be called for a foul. And for Glover, it would be his third. As Granado will go to the line tonight here. 3-possession game and only 32 seconds left on the clock as Granado gets that one to go. (94 to 85). He's short on the second one. I'm sure that Moncton is just going to be happy to allow the Hurricanes player to drive. There's a corner three for Gibson and gets it to go. 88 to 94, 2-possession ball game as Strickland's fouled there by White. So if Moncton's going to get a win here, they're going to have to win it from the line the rest of the way. As we take a look at the Gibson three there. Strickland will go to the line now. 94 to 88 as some noise is made here at the Scotiabank Center, and he's short and strong on the first one there. And rattles around and got the shooter's roll there for the second one to go. 95 to 88 here. Johnson now going to shoot from downtown, and that's strong. Cobb with three. Gets it. Actually, it's going to be a long two. And a foul right away. 95 to 90. As they claw back into this one. But time is not on their side as we take a look. Glover with the nice pass and a nice awareness to Cobb, who was wide open for three. Keski standing up here. As Justice will go to the line. They make some noise here at the Scotiabank Center. And pretty well automatic there. So it's a 6-possession game, 6-point game, 2 possessions. Pretty well got to put a nail in the coffin there as he gets that one to go. So once again, and I kind of mentioned this, as there's a long distance 3 there for Johnson, 96-100. And the Moncton Miracles are going to call a timeout here with 4.5 ticks left in the game. And of course, yeah, you can follow the Hurricanes. Use the hashtag Hurricane Force. Follow us all season long at HFX Hurricanes. Find out the latest, what's going on with players' transactions. We take a look at this long 3 there by Johnson. Usually at this point at the juncture, the coaches are usually saying no 3s here, as Patrick Hevard and Paul Hansen here are in front of the scoring booth. So a 4-point game. It was at 1.8. Which we have seen crazier things happen here in the NBL Canada. So no lead is safe. As the longtime public announcer, Chris Lydon, does his usual noise thing there, gets the crowd going. As a guy that's been in the public address announcing business for a while, I don't know how he does that. Strong pipes there, Mr. Lydon does. Back to the game now, 97-93. And a foul to Granado. And that is his 6th foul. As just Cobb's got to come in. Granado has a chance here. Keski's got to call a timeout, providing that Granado hits the second free throw here. This is the first of 2 here at the line. 3.3 seconds to go. And gets the first one, so it's a 5-point game now. With only 3.3 left on the clock here. Shot clock will be shut off. And Granado purposely misses the second one. White now is going to shoot for 3, and that bounced off the glass and in, and Paul Mokeski has a successful debut for the Moncton Miracles, winning his first game as coach with a final score of 98-93. And it was a double-edged sword here tonight for the Miracles, led by Justice as well as Strickland. Strickland came on there in the 3rd quarter, got 8 straight points. And that was the difference here tonight. So that must feel pretty good for Paul Mokeski to get the first win. As the Moncton Miracles are leaving the courtside area, Mokeski shaking hands with some fans here. The former associate with the Orangeville A's will come away with a win. Final score 98-93, and let's quickly look at some stats here. Justin Johnson was the high scorer for the Halifax Hurricanes, had 21 points. And Dexter Strickland, 23 points. But Thomas Granado, 15 rebounds there. So a better defensive effort is what Paul Mokeski wanted. And he got that here tonight, as he kept his opposition to under 100 points. And the key last year for that Moncton Miracle team was to keep their opposition to under 100 points. And they did so tonight, and they're going to come away with a victory and an all-important 2 points. And that will give them the same amount of wins as the Island Storm here with 7. So the record will improve to 7-11. And for the Halifax Hurricanes, tough loss. And the St. John Mill Rats were leading big time over the Orangeville A's the last time I looked. So the Halifax Hurricanes could end up losing first place by the end of tonight with this loss here tonight. Hurricanes fall to 12-5. Once again, the Miracles go to 7-11. This is so that will wrap things up for yours truly, Dan Hobson, and the Silver Vision crew. We want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's webcast, and we say so long from the Scotiabank Center in Halifax. You've been watching NBL Canada basketball on YouTube.